She is only as loyal as her options. Let's get into a little bit of a reality check here for a minute, guys. Let's cut the BS. Let's get down to brass tacks here. She is as loyal as her options. And if she's an attractive woman, if she has a lot of admirers, if she has lots of guys sliding into the DMs on Instagram and on the dating sites and whatever, then the degree of her loyalty is naturally going to be reduced. Because what you have to understand is this. We operate in a global sexual and dating marketplace, a global dating marketplace, okay? That's just the way it is. And you need to dispel any ideas that you have in your mind about this being romantic. That's not to say there's no such thing as romance. There absolutely is. But you need to take away some of these romantic ideas that you hold in your head, like it's this Disney-fied thing, like it's this beautiful story, like it's going to be like in that movie, like it's going to be like, in The Lion King, when he's with he gets together with the girl from his childhood, it's so perfect. It's not like the movies. It's not like that. We operate within a market, okay? You are a product within the market. She is also a product within the market, and both of you have value assigned to you by the marketplace, okay? So your value, now you can you can influence your value by doing different things, like working out, like dressing nice, like improving your social poise, your charisma, your confidence, all of those things. You can certainly influence your value, but nevertheless, you have value attached to you, and she has value attached to her as well. And as with any economic model, the greater degree of value that you have, the greater your options are going to be within the marketplace. It's like saying, the more money that you've got, the more things that you're going to be able to buy. Well, it's exactly the same thing in this marketplace as well. So, what does all of this mean? In general, she is going to be as loyal as the options that she has. And the more options she has, the more opportunities there's going to be for her to exercise the lack of loyalty, or rather to exercise the options. The more that she's got, stands to reason. There's a sign in London. There's some graffiti artists who put up these different signs and stuff around London. And there's one going around at the moment, and it says, "Beauty is not loyal." And I've taken a picture of it. I think I posted it on Instagram before. And it's a saying that I've heard anyway online. It's kind of like, it's a thing that's gone around as a little bit of a meme. And it's true, isn't it? It's true. Because the more beautiful that she is, because obviously her value is not entirely, but it's certainly weighted towards her physical prowess, her attractiveness, the more options she's going to have, and that is going to impinge on her loyalty in a negative sort of way. So, yeah, and this is the tough thing, gentlemen, when you are dating, those 8s, those 9s, those mythical 10s, which don't really exist, by the way. Yeah, I mean, she is going to be as loyal as the options that she has. And look, let's have a caveat to this, by the way, as well. Because, okay, this is not to say that every time you date somebody, it's not like a video game where every time you date somebody, she's just automatically going to go to the next branch, without any sort of question, without any kind of equivocation or hesitation or anything like that. It's not quite as cold and inhuman and mechanical as that. But in general, as a general principle, why wouldn't she go for something better if the opportunity arose? And again, because I like to be fair and equal about these things, guys would do the same thing. We hear about guys who've won a lot of money on the on the lottery or whatever, and they split up with their wife and they go and meet somebody else. So guys will also have this instinct, but it's likely easier for women to exercise without perhaps having to win £1 million in order to do it. So look, I mean, there are exceptions to every rule. I'm not saying that this always happens. I'm not saying that you can never be in some kind of long-term relationship, because there are, people who are more altruistically driven out there that you will meet. There are people who are more traditional. There are people who are more, you know, they just don't want to operate in that particular way. They're not always definitively going to chase the next shiny thing. But look, I mean, you know, as a general principle, what is loyalty based on these days, really? I mean, we're not, particularly if you're just dating somebody, but even if you're married to somebody, you know, it's not like you're legally bound by them. You can get out of that marriage contract, but you can certainly get out of a dating arrangement very easily. So, you know, if you are not giving the goods, and if another opportunity becomes apparent, then, you know, is she going to be loyal? Well, maybe not, you know, because it's so easy these days because of the way things are, and particularly with the dating apps and all the rest of it, to flip from one to the other, to, you know, rather than work on this over here, well, why don't I just go over here and start this new thing, because that could be so much better. And I'm not saying this is good. I'm not saying you know, this is how things should be, but, you know, it's kind of how things are, and we have to accept that, and we have to understand it, and we have to factor it in when we are making decisions and when we are mapping out our lives, I suppose, really. So look, I'm going to leave it there for today. A little bit of food for thought. I don't mean to be overly negative about this. It's not to say that there aren't good relationships out there. It's not to say that people don't manage to work through these things. But, you know, as a general principle, you have to look at, well, what is loyalty based on? It's based on options, and the more that she has, the more it's likely that loyalty is going to be compromised somewhere down the line. So what do you do about it? You make sure that you have options as well, which is why you should jump on board with Renegade Dating Blueprint, which is my collection of 11 books about dating, the dating marketplace, and so on. The link is below. It's only $39 at the moment. Great for those quiet days when you're not going into work, when you're socially isolating because of current events. So do jump on board with that. Do subscribe to this channel because it really helps me to get new people on board. And yeah, support me on Patreon as well. I've got a VIP members area where you get an additional 2 videos per week for free. And they are exclusive videos. You're not going to get them on here. You're not going to get them anywhere else. So jump on board with that as well. The VVIP tier, by the way, you will also get all of my books for free as well. Not for free, but included in the package. So do look at that. The link is below. I will leave it for now, but I will speak to you again very soon. Bye-bye.